Once you hear my theory, you are going to look at Toy Story 4 completely differently. And you might even look at the franchise differently too. Hello and welcome to This Movie Night! The show where I talk about movies in the forest for some reason. Today we're going to be talking about the Toy Story franchise, specifically Toy Story 4.
Didn't that movie come out like 7 years ago?
That is true. But with the new movie coming out, I wanted to examine the previous film because I think many of us overlooked an amazing subtextual message that was going on. And I bet most of you didn't catch this. I love this franchise. I grew up with Toy Story. It was a big deal when it came out. It changed everything animation-wise. When the fourth movie started coming out, I thought, this is just a cash grab. We don't need a fourth Toy Story. Come on, the first three are perfect. Best trilogy in cinematic history. Bold statement, but I stand by that. If you don't agree, throw your opinion in the comments and I'll prove you wrong. But then I saw it, and it's an amazing movie. Much like Better Call Saul makes Breaking Bad better. It enhances it. I think Toy Story 4 actually enhances the Toy Story franchise. There is a hidden message in this movie. Keep watching because this is gonna make that movie so much more enjoyable, and it might even change your opinion of Toy Story 5. Let's dive in. Let's talk about Toy Story 4. This is definitely the darkest of the four movies. The tone and the lighting is more natural. There's a lot harsher shadows. It's way less saturated, way less plush. More natural light equals more real stakes, more human stakes.
What about the story?
Excellent question, Lil D. We established that Woody is no longer the lead toy. Woody's kind of done. He's done being a toy. He's done being his kid's favorite toy. In fact, his kid moved to college, so Woody is essentially an empty nester. It's not really working out with him and Bonnie. They're not clicking. So Woody is now in search of identity. He is no longer trying to connect with a kid. He's more now open, soul-searching, looking for his purpose. And this is really what the movie is about. It's kind of a Jerry Maguire-esque movie where he's asking, what am I if not a toy? And he finds out what he is by this new character, Forky. That was cool. Nature. That's kind of Woody's thing, is he's a hero. He's the guy who's gonna help other toys. Also, Forky? That name just begs to be said incorrectly by this demographic. And kids are gonna get that one wrong, but I bet it's hilarious. There's something off with Forky, but then he's perfect the way he is. He's almost like a mistake. Forky is like a mistake toy. I don't have this all figured out. This is just a theory. Meanwhile, Woody re-teams up with Bo, who we saw in the previous movies. So she has been through a lot. She essentially lost her kid, and she has been broken emotionally and physically, thus the bandages on her wrist, which suggests more, if you catch my drift. She is doing well, but she knows her being a toy for kids, that's over. She's made her peace with her past, and now she is just Bo, toy of the world, helping other toys. That's her purpose. And she's trying to convince Woody to come with her. And Woody's new identity is helping Forky connect with a kid. Bo is on the other side saying, you don't have to be a toy just to be played with. You can do other things. You can live your life. It's a very existential discussion for adults. Is your destiny just to be a parent? Because when that kid goes to college
Or moves out,
that empty nest syndrome is real, and you go, well, who am I now? If not a parent, then what do I do? That's something Woody hasn't considered, and he fights it. And here's where it gets interesting.
finally.
Now, what I'm gonna say is the main thing that changes this movie. This is gonna sound weird and uncouth, but just roll with it, because I'm telling you, if you apply this formula, this movie is kind of brilliant. In this world, we've established that a toy and their kid, it's kind of like a parent-child relationship, right? So Andy is Woody's son, sort of. Like being a toy is being a parent. There's another element that is kind of odd, but roll with me. In this world, if you're a toy with an attractive feature, like Buzz Lightyear has many features, that is the equivalent of being fertile.
What?
Just bear with me. Buzz is like the most fertile, right? The karate chop action, he goes in the dark, he can fly. And Woody is like hanging by a thread. He's got the pull string and that's about it. He's not really an attractive toy, and he's not as fertile as he used to be. He's aging. Now, if you take that principle, this idea that toys are the parents of their kids, and their features or whatever the kids like about the toy is almost like the parent being fertile enough to have a kid, if that makes sense. If you take that principle and apply it to the other toys in this movie, it all makes sense. Gabby, like most good antagonists, is a little bit misunderstood, and she's got layers to her. She desperately wants to have a kid. Okay, take that both ways. She wants to be played with, she wants a child, okay, but she can't because she's barren. She is unable to have children. She lost her voice box. She doesn't have the appeal that she thinks will make her a good parent. But she also has this perfect idea of what her kid is. She has this book that she comes with. The Gabby Gabby doll comes with this book that shows her with a girl who resembles the girl in the real world who Gabby Gabby looks to as her potential future kid. Gabby Gabby thinks that if she gets the voice box from Woody, she will then be fertile and then she'll be a real parent figure. She will have her kid. So he donates his fertility to Gabby Gabby and she's no longer barren, but it doesn't work. Harmony's not interested. It's just not a good click. This dream child that she has had in her head, that it was not her path. She was not meant to be that kid's parent. Him giving his voice box to Gabby Gabby is, this is gonna sound crazy, it's a lot like getting a vasectomy.
You've officially lost it.
But it is. That's essentially what it is. He's like, done with kids. I had my shot. I had my kid. I'm ready to move on. So Gabby Gabby sees this girl, a lost little girl, and she's just like, maybe that's my kid. She gets picked up by this girl who doesn't look anything like Gabby or Harmony, and here I go, and they connect right away, and it's beautiful and heartwarming, and I get teary-eyed every time I talk about it. Cut.
You gonna cry all day, or are you gonna finish the video?
That is the parallel of her adopting a kid.
Or being a stepmom.
And so this whole movie is about the various stages of parenthood and adults dealing with their kids and what you think your kid's gonna be and your relationship with them is gonna be. It's pretty profound. I mean, there's all these like different types of parents. Woody's at the end of parenthood. I mean, his kid is still alive, but he's out there living his life. So Woody is moving on with his. And he does it with Bo, so he doesn't do it alone. He moves on with somebody he loves. Then he rescues other toys and helps them connect. Like a child services social worker kind of guy. And him and Bo are like heroes to other parents, you know? They're trying to help other parents and kids connect. Then you've got Bunny and Ducky, comic relief characters, voiced by Key and Peele, and they are connected at the hands. They are absolutely connected. Same gender, looking for their kid. They're essentially a gay couple trying to find a way to get their kid. And they love kids and they just want their shot.
Dave, time to wrap it up.
So anyway, those are my thoughts on Toy Story 4. I do think it makes the movie better, and I think they knew what they were doing when they wrote this. I think, maybe this is overreach. Maybe I'm digging too deep. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy or if this was enlightening. I think it's kind of fun to analyze movies like this and to consider what the subtext was. Was it obvious? Does everyone know this? Lil D, was it obvious?
Isn't it kind of odd for an adult man to be talking about Toy Story in the middle of the woods?
I'm looking forward to Toy Story 5 because I've been wrong before. Maybe Toy Story 5 is going to do the same thing. It's going to add to it. What do you guys think? I want to know what you think of the new Toy Story 5, and tell me if you noticed all those things in Toy Story 4. I want to know if I was alone in this or if somebody else caught this too.
Oh, you're definitely alone.
Catch. And if you want me to talk about another movie, hit me up. I want to know that too. Once again, you are watching
This Movie Night!
I'll talk to you guys. Whoa.